make room for our sisters, please. Yes, please come forward a little bit more. Here we have some room here, please. Can I have these brothers to please come forward here? Brother Jawid, please, can you come over here, please? You guys, please come forward. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And now it's time for the second presentation by Brother Ihsan Naqawi to give you some updates about Beheshte Zahra and what are the next plans will be. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I have with me my sister Amna Heather, and her and I, with along some volunteers, help manage Behesht Zahra, which we wanted to take a little bit of time to talk to you about on this very important night because this is a very important subject. So we wanted to give you a few details about what's happening. First of all, we all offer our condolences on the shahadat of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Please accept our condolences for that, for all of you followers of Imam Ali. Behesht Zahra, as it says on that, was founded in 2007 by my father and Mu'mineen that helped, my sister and myself, Brother Anwar Abbas. And we created this because there was no Shia burial ground here that would meet our needs according to Fiqh Jafia. Everything was in a mixed burial ground or didn't follow all the rules. Since my father passed away, her and I have been managing this, and with the help of volunteers from the community to participate in Rasool, some people donate a kafan, so on and so forth. But just to make something amply clear, we don't do this for any profit, nothing as such. This is just like the food drive is happening as a service to the community, this is what we're doing. So I just wanted to make that clear. The reason why we promote this is to serve our community and no other reason than that. So that's the first thing we wanted to say. The reason why we're taking your time here tonight is because there's only 12 spots left out of the 550 at Behesht Zahra. And that 12 will, may Allah give everyone a long life, and in a matter of few months, I get calls once or twice a week, and I ensure that they're Shia people, and then if they are, we arrange for their ghusl and their burial there. So 12 spots is not significant. The trouble is, what happens after that? You can go back to what was happening before, where people are in a mixed Christian or Jewish burial ground, or we make some further arrangements for the future. And like I said, 12 is not going to last very long. After this is done, then getting more land in that same cemetery is going to be impossible because they're zoning it for other religions. Right now, there's a Korean Christian section that is slated to get the land right next to Behesht Zahra. The next 400 spots is going to them. We intervened, and we've been in communication trying to convince them. They said, we need to find out if your community is still interested, if there's strength in it, what's the interest level, do they want to participate with this, or they're all done, and we've met their needs. And I've been able to convince them, give us one more chance to show demonstrate our need, and that's why we're out to inform you and tell you what your options are. So I'm going to have my sister tell you a little bit about the financial details, and then I'll continue from there, inshallah. But again, I want you to contemplate this world is not forever. As Agha has always been saying, you can't, and his speech last night, you can't think of just dunya. Everyone has to go, so you have to prepare what is going to happen. You can go to a Shia burial ground in Pomona, which is the closest one. It's an hour and 20 minutes from here. And the cost is maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit, but it's not accessible being an hour and 20 minutes away. So it doesn't serve our community. Fatimiyya or Masjid al-Rasool or the surrounding Shia population. And then the other choice is, again, those other mixed burial grounds which don't meet the fiqh requirement. The graves are not oriented. They're not casket-free oftentimes. And many of them are many more dollars. And arranging your ghusl or your kafan over there is a lot more difficult because I can arrange a ghusl at Bahishta Zahra. I cannot go and use the facilities elsewhere with great ease. It's very difficult.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Amna, and like my brother Ahsan is saying, Bahishta Zahra was started in 2007, so approximately a dozen years ago. We started out with approximately 500 graves, and there's 12 left, so that means 98% have been purchased. And so if you look at the picture over here that essentially shows Bahishta Zahra, and everything red is where most of us have purchased, or we have family members already buried there. And also the graph that you see here shows that when we started Bahishta Zahra in 2007, each plot was selling for $1,695. And today in 2019, so about 1 dozen years later, it's $4,550. So we can only wish that our home properties would go up like this, right? But they're not. But what is going up are the plots here. So if you are an owner, if you have a plot, that might make us feel good, but if we're not, that gives us a little anxiety because like he said, we all end up in the same spot ultimately. So the reason why we're here is because you see that question mark in terms of the next 10 years. Obviously 12 graves are not going to be enough for our community for the next 12 years, and that's why he's making an effort with them to secure more. But the question is, if it's not going to be 4,550 in the next 10 years, what is it going to be? Is it going to be obviously the delta between this and this? It's over 250% in 12 years. If you look at the trend line, we can expect that delta to continue along the same line. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So the reason why we're here today is sincerely, we don't want you to spend your hard-earned money giving it away when you don't have to. So we need to secure more land for our community, which brings us to how can we have a movement here today and within the next 3 weeks to effectively do that. The goal is what they want to see in terms of a commitment from us is 150 plots over the next 3 weeks. And the reason there's that deadline is because my brother mentioned there's another group that's interested, a Korean group that's interested in also purchasing. So they want us to demonstrate our interest over the next 3 weeks. By June 14th. The benefit or the motivation that they're giving us is they're going to drop the price by approximately $900 for just this 3 weeks, which is a 20% saving. After June 14th, it's going to go back up to 4,550, which it is today. Now, what are the options in terms of, it's really difficult for anybody to pull out a checkbook and write 4,550, right? So they do have options. The first option is you can have interest-free financing for 1 year, make 12 payments, and that comes to approximately $330 a month. So think of it like a car for a year that you're making a payment on, or if you look at $4,500, a trip to Hawaii, a ticket, think of it that way, but after 1 year it's done, right? And you have land for yourself. The other option is 5-year low interest. And another thing that's important to know is a lot of people think, well, what if I pass away somewhere else? They do have arrangements across the United States to move your land to another. And let's just say you end up not using your land, that deed can be transferred to another person. So there are options as well.
When you do that 5-year program, that does include interest. The payments can be as low as $30 a month. The more important number than the whatever it costs, again, it's a 20% reduction in cost for $3,640. But more important than that, my question to you is, when this is gone, and God forbid we don't get this, or we only get a little piece, then in your mind think about what you're going to do. And then when you don't have an answer, because I've been looking around to find other options, it's disappointing. So that's the more significant fact. We live in this day and age where everyone does comparative shopping, and you look around and you say, okay, if I don't want to get this Honda Accord, I get the Toyota Camry, I shop around, let me look around. Well, the reason why Bahishta Zahra is very unique, and the reason why this was created, is it's in our community. It's 20 minutes, 25 minutes away. It's the only one in this region that's Shia only. It meets every requirement according to Fiqh Jafriya, be it the depth of the grave, the separation from us to other religions, the physical barrier, the orientation of the graves, the casket, all that stuff makes a difference. Of course, Agha Mudarris is there often, hopefully not too often, but often. Maulana Mahir is there, and sometimes other Sheikh Jahidi and other people participate also. Every year, as you know, you come to the annual majlis there. We've been having it for 12 years now. That's a great Salih Sawab for the marhumeen. There's kaffans that are donated. People participate from this community for the ghusl. Of course, there's the monuments with du'as and the alam that's there. And you have a very professional staff that treats all of us respectfully and that provides security. It's not like what happened in Victorville many years back where the mosque got burned and the graves got desecrated. That hasn't and won't happen because of security here. And of course, it's a great location. It's clean, and there's probably very few picturesque places as this, as you've seen. And as one who participates in the ghusl, it's got the best ghusl facilities, as many of you have participated and seen. I'll have my sister just finish with the location of it, and then if you have questions, more that you want to know about, or if you want to sign up, please reach her for the sisters, Amna Heather, or myself. Again, we only have this 3-week duration before that other Korean Christian group gets that land next to us. Again, the highlights are it's 20% less. It doesn't usually go that much, and every year they tell me they're raising the prices. The reason why you saw that graph is the land outside Beheshta Zara is $18,000. We're selling this for the Caneo Mountain Memorial is selling this for $3,640. Outside is 18, and that's why they don't want to give it unless there's community demand. Okay?
So just the last point is from a locality perspective. If you look at the top right, there's where we are right now at Masjid al-Rasool. If you look at the bottom middle, there's Behisht Zahra. Also very importantly, which we shouldn't ignore, is after we remember the grave, we also have to be part of this dunya also, so we have Camarillo premium outlets right there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Salawat. Allah.
Thank you, Sister Amina and Brother Ehsan Naqawi for the presentation. Again, please don't let superstitious take over your mind and say, well, what am I going to need the space for, right? As I said, the last time we were doing this, I purchased mine when it was $3,000. So I'm going to go for a little bit cheaper, right? So why spend more? And also, as they said, when they still have 1 year with no interest. So why would you pay interest? It's a lot cheap. You can do a monthly payment with them. And that way we can keep this cemetery for our own faith, for our Shias, inshallah. Our third presentation tonight will be done by Sister Zahra Al-Ammara. I ask her to come forward and talk to all of us about her presentation. For the health of Sister Ammara and her family, please say aloud salawat.
In rebuilding lives together.
عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. On this blessed night of Laylatul Qadr, we are gathered here to mourn the martyrdom of Imam Ali alayhi salam through honoring his teachings and legacy. Imam Ali alayhi salam was a man who held many titles, one of them being father of the orphans, Abu al-Yatama, which was given to him due to his continuous love, care, affection, and support towards orphan children. He constantly preached about their care to the point in which even in his final letter and will to his children, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam states, Allah, Allah fil aitam. Roughly translated, this means, fear Allah when the question of helpless orphans arises. So long as you are there to guard and protect them, they shall not be ruined or lost. For I have heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam say, whoever provides for an orphan until he is no longer in need, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed paradise for him, the same way in which he has decreed hellfire for whoever takes the money of an orphan. Based on this narration and various other Islamic narrations, including ayats from the Quran that preach and encourage caring for orphans, the supreme religious authority in Iraq and around, Ayatollah al-Sayyid al-Azma, Sayyid Ali al-Sistani, Damadullah Sharif, released a statement in 2005 which he instructed for the sponsorship of orphans, which is kafala in Arabic. Waqful al-Yatama, you might have heard of that. Specifically for those who are orphaned due to multiple terrorist attacks that were committed against Iraq. Some of them, which were recently, if you've heard from the local news or anything, Iraq was conquered and invaded by ISIS. It didn't only happen to Iraq, it happened to multiple other Middle Eastern countries. And when that happened, Ayatollah Sayyid al-Sistani released a fatwa in June of 2014 in which he told the Iraqi citizens, he told them, you gotta go fight against them. You can't just leave them to invade. So that fatwa caused the formation of a citizen militia, basically, known as the Hashd al-Sha'bi. So it was mainly made up of citizens who volunteered, who sacrificed their lives to protect their nation and to protect the Muslim people, and to protect the Sum'a of Islam, the name of Islam, from people who wanted to demolish it or spread false rumors or stuff like that, right? Anyways, so Al-Hashd al-Sha'bi was formed and a splurge of orphans resulted. They defeated ISIS, alhamdulillah, but orphans arise. And even though this organization has been formed since 2006, they still need to have more projects in order to support these ongoing orphans. So with the instructions from fatwas from Ayatollah Sayyid al-Sistani, his endorsements and his blessings, as well as the immense work and effort placed by various amount of volunteers, and most of these people don't get paid, only a small amount of people do. But as well as the immense work and effort placed by various volunteers and the work of the leader, the head leader of this organization, Sheikh Amjad Riyadh, a non-profit social care organization known as Al-Ain, as you see over here. Al-Ain was established in 2006 to financially and emotionally, because orphans have mental needs as well. They're humans, they have mental needs, and they go through immense amount of pressures. Two orphans had committed suicide because of the immense amount of stress and anxiety and all those things that they faced. So they created an Ayn to emotionally guide and financially support orphans throughout their lives. Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah, since its establishment in 2006, the organization has been able to sponsor and support over 50,000 orphans in Iraq. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. And inshallah, with your help and the help of many others, or Muslims, inshallah, they hope to accomplish more and help sponsor more and more children. What makes this charity organization different from a lot of the other charity organizations, because this is not the only one that exists, is that they have the endorsement and support of Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Sistani, meaning that you can trust them and it has credibility. They also, they received, I'll show it over here in a second. They received his permission in order to collect, one second. There we go, lahza. They received his permission in order to collect charity money, so you can donate anything. It can be general charity, zakat al-fitra, anonymous money, found money, vows and covenants, agreements and restitution, like any of these things, you can donate it, and it will be allocated towards the orphans. 100% of the profits is toward the orphans. Now, not only is it that you can donate all this, it's also considered sadaqah maqbuda, meaning if you allocate money, if you're like, okay, I have another, or I have something that I wanna put money towards orphan or children or like poor people or any of that, right? So you're like, I'm gonna put it in a box, or I'm gonna deposit it in a bank, or I'm gonna send it, or I'm gonna put it online, and then when it gets to the poor people, it becomes maqbuda, meaning that they have received it. That's what sadaqah maqbuda means. The money has been received by the poor people, by the people who need it. And that's when you get rewarded. That's when the benefits of it were, like, that's when you would expect like your nadar or whatever it is to be accepted by Allah, right? But this thing, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Sistani says that he released a statement in which he said that they don't have to receive it for it to become sadaqah maqbuda. You can deposit online, you can deposit in a bank, you can put it in a box and allocate it and say this is for al-ayn, dedicated for al-ayn, and it immediately becomes sadaqah maqbuda. So that's the difference in between other charity organizations and this one. It's also a sadaqah jariyah. So right now, why am I mentioning this right now? It's because they have had many places in which many locations in Iraq, for example, one in Kadhimiya and another one in Mdina, they have these places in which they already made these buildings, already have helped orphan children. Like as you can see here, if this works, you can see here, it says the amount of people who are sponsored orphans, orphans of martyrs, orphans of victims of terrorism, orphans of deceased, like all of these type of things. But right now, in the month of Ramadan, they aim to help finish a new building. They want money in order to help finish a new building that will be located in Karbala. It's going to be called Shajarat Tuba, or the Tree of Paradise. And here I'm going to play a quick video.
Rebuilding Lives Together is our campaign for this holy month of Ramadan. Our purpose is to fundraise $16 million to finish constructing the Tree of Paradise building. This project will be one of the most long-term strategic projects that Al-Ain Social Care Foundation has started since its inception. The building consists of 15 floors, a 5-star 10-story hotel, and the Luminous Stars Center with its 3 divisions: vocational training, psychological rehabilitation, and a healthcare facility, all offering free services to the orphans. The building will also include offices and a space for the management of orphan affairs and the distribution of aid, in addition to 120 rooms and suites, which will provide an annual financial sponsorship to 3,016 orphans for more than 50 years. The building sits on an area of 10,763 square feet, or 1,000 square meters, and contains a floor size of 161,458 square feet, or 15,000 square meters. Today, you can help achieve the dreams of 3,016 orphans by contributing any amount you desire, or by donating $20 per share, $96 per square feet, or $1,031 per square meter.
louder because of the sound, but it's fine. I think you get the point of it. If you don't get the point, like, you can ask questions or visit their website or anything, right? So, to summarize it, basically, they are making a building which 15 floors of that building is a hotel, a 5-star hotel, which all the profits that are gained from that hotel goes toward these 3,016 orphan children. So all of it goes to it. So that's how they aim to financially support, and they have all these other things that were mentioned in the video. I can't remember everything, but anyways. So how can you help? Well, the video mentioned that you can pay $20 per share. There's other statistics that I did not memorize, but one of the things, like basic ways you can help, you don't even have to take away from your money, is by Amazon Smile. I'm pretty sure that almost everyone shops at Amazon. If not, I don't know, but almost everyone shops at Amazon. And the way you can do this is Amazon has a thing called Amazon Smile, in which you can choose a charity organization in which you want. Over here it says 0.5% of your purchases to be donated to that charity. So you're not spending any extra money. Whatever Amazon gets, they donate that at 0.5%. It doesn't seem like a lot, but think about it, it's better than nothing, right? So you can do that with Amazon Smile. There's also, okay, let's see. So now I'm gonna go to the website and show you their website, show you how you can go to the donation pages and everything. First of all, they have over 40 places, 40 countries or something that they are in. This is the one for the USA. So they have 2 offices in the US. One of them, the main headquarters, is in Michigan. The other one is in Anaheim. They opened recently. If you want contact information, I have flyers and pamphlets, but there's not enough to go around for everyone. So, like, if you want any information, you can still go online, or you can ask me and I'll give it to you. You see all the contact information over here. This is their website. This is the Tree of Paradise, or Shajarat Tuba. Oh, okay, whatever. This is Sayyid Sistani allocated a page to it under social services, in which she has Al-Ain listed out here. You can see everything is listed here. Look at all the countries that they are in, the offices they have, the budgets and everything. I'm not gonna go into detail because we don't have time. And then they have an Instagram page, they have a Facebook page, they have a Twitter page, they have a Telegram page, YouTube page, all of those things. Okay, now, finally, I'm not gonna go through everything. I am gonna give you a QR code. This QR code bears amount of information. So if you want, you can scan it right now, and it will guide you to 5 links, and you can just browse around, and the last link is to donate if you want to. Okay, I was just, in case you can't scan the QR code, in case you can't scan it, finally, where is it? Oh, there we go. Here's a link. If you can't scan the QR code, here's a link. There's no excuse. Anyways, that's it. I'll just give you a few more seconds and then I'll take it down. Does anyone have any questions in regard to any of this? Well, I'll keep this up and then I'll... No questions? Okay. Oh, I forgot about that. With a lot of charity organizations, sometimes it's not tax deductible, sometimes it is. This one, it is tax deductible. You can just they'll send you receipts. Even if you go to the office in Anaheim and you give them money, they will give you tax deductible receipts and all those. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay. Oh yeah, you can. I'm sorry for keeping forgetting all these things, but you can you can donate online if you scanned or if you went to this link, or even if you go to their website al-ayn-ayn.org, you can go and donate. They have it online. You can deposit into a bank. You can do any of that thing. And if you want more information, you can, for the men's side, you can ask my dad, and he has some pamphlets. And for the women's side, you can ask me, you can ask my sister, you can ask my mom, and he will be happy to provide you with more information, inshallah. If that's all, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Presentation and letting everybody know. If you have any question, as she said, please see her from the sister side. And if I can have her dad to stand up. A lot of people doesn't know her dad. Sister, Brother Ammar, if you can please stand up. You volunteered. You told her something. Please see Brother Al-Ammar from the brother side if you have any question towards this organization and how you can help. Again, if it was. And this is from the Ayatollah Sistani's organization, I believe. Okay, for the health of Al-Ammar family, say aloud salawat. While we're doing this announcement, a couple more minutes I want to take. This is the flyer that we had for more than a couple months now, or at least a month. What this brother, his name is Justin Mashouf, if I'm pronouncing it right. He is a documentary filmmaker. What he did was he created a documentary movie about a Chicago gang member who was jailed. And while he was in jail, he met some Muslim brothers, and he became one pretty soon. And after that, once he becomes a Muslim, he has a positive influence on other jailers, and he's, people who are jailed with him. And for 10 or maybe 12 years that he's released from jail, when he comes back to the society, he has a positive influence on his community members. So this documentary is called The Honest Struggle. The Honest Struggle. It is available through Amazon, iTunes, and Google Play. If you would like to purchase one, please go ahead and let's support this brother for what he does. Honestly, I just learned about it last night. I didn't have a time today to go to see how much this cost. But if you would like to support, we have some more flyers right there on the table. You can take one, or just remember The Honest Struggle. Google it, and it's going to come up, and it will give you all the options how you can purchase this. With that being said, now we have a special ceremony that will be performed by Ajaga Mudarris. Inshallah, I respectfully ask Ajaga Mudarris to come forward for this ceremony for the health of Ajaga. Please say aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Please, thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you can see, alhamdulillah, tonight Masjid is packed. I was planning to ask sisters to help us with a bit of a space, but they're telling me that the other hall is also full, so we don't have a space over there as well. So a bit of inconvenient. It goes back, inshallah, to the reason that we need, inshallah, to soon finish the construction and, inshallah, get some more space here. But the ceremony that we have tonight is I'm pleased and honored to have two dear brothers who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped them through a journey of finding Islam, and inshallah they want to be publicly have the ceremony of Islam. They already started fasting in Ramadan. They already been praying in Ramadan, But tonight is just a night, inshallah, to introduce them to the fellow Muslim community, to their fellow brothers and sisters. So I would like to, inshallah, welcome them to come here, because it's a night of Qadr, is a night of the martyrdom of Imam Ali alayhi salam. This, inshallah, just the way we want to welcome them and show our support. Be with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. If I can have this space, I would appreciate. Thank you so much, because I have to ask them to come. If I can have them, inshallah, if you can come here. Sorry for a bit of time. Allah. Muhammad wa ali. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Suzu. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Ria. I'm from Japan.
Their mom also converted to Islam in our old location, if you remember. So, alhamdulillah, as I was talking to them for a few short minutes after we finished eating, I asked them, "Did you study Islam?" I said one of the way they, become familiar with Islam was living with their mom, and especially just being in close contact with her faith and her practicing her faith. So as I said, alhamdulillah, they're already Muslim. This is just a ceremony of welcoming them. They want to say the Shahada, the declaration of faith. Again, we already had a talk, so for everyone here, inshallah, we don't take for granted what we already have. For them, it was a journey to, and I'm pretty sure what they have and what their experience is very different from what we have. When you have something that you're born with, is very different when you actually embrace something that is not a usual part of your life. So I'm happy to welcome them, and I pray for their success. Both of them, one of them recently got married, inshallah, I pray. His wife also is a convert, and we pray for the success of this couple as well. And Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And I would now start with the declaration of faith, shahada, testification. The first sentence we start to become a Muslim is we believe in the oneness of God, which we say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Recite as-salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Is we say that we believe, I testify there is no God but God. There is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. The second sentence we say, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. We testify, we bear witness that Prophet Muhammad was the messenger of God, in addition to all the other prophets of God before him, but he is the final messenger. And the last one, because we are the followers of School of Ahlul Bayt, we are the follower of Ali ibn Abi Talib. We believe that the leadership comes to Ali ibn Abi Talib. We say, Ashhadu anna Aliyan waliyullah, which means we testify, we bear witness that Ali ibn Abi Talib is the master who was appointed by God after Prophet. And the rest is that believe in Day of Judgment, believe in the principles of faith. We already, alhamdulillah, had a short talk. So now we start with saying, if you help me with your silence, that they will be able, inshallah, to concentrate. If they mispronounce it, it does not affect their faith. They do their best to pronounce it. And ultimately, is when you believe in Allah, that's all that matters. And to the best of your ability, you do that. So let's, inshallah, welcome them to our community. And we look forward to have them more, to, inshallah, be able to collaborate with them, help with them in any way we can. They are our brothers in faith. And they are brothers and equal of humanity. Recite another salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Okay, let's just start with our brother first. Ashhadu
Ashhadu
Allah
Allah
ilaha
ilaha
illallah.
illallah.
Ashhadu
Ashhadu
anna
anna
Muhammadan
Muhammadan
Rasulullah.
Rasulullah.
Do you need me to translate, or you just? Okay. So I testify that Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of God, and now we say, I testify Ali ibn Abi Talib is the master after the Prophet. And now repeat after me. Ashhadu
Ashhadu
anna
anna
Aliyan
aliyan
waliyullah.
waliyullah.
MashaAllah. Salawat. And now, let's have you as well. So, Ashhadu
Ashhadu
Allah
Allah
ilaha
ilaha
illallah.
illallah.
Ashhadu
Ashhadu
anna
anna
Muhammadan
Muhammadan
Rasulullah.
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 Ashhadu
Ashhadu
anna
anna
Aliyan
aliyan
waliyullah.
waliyullah.
MashaAllah. Salawat. Thank you so much. Thank you. This inshallah helped him to sit down with another salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Thank you so much. Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. MashaAllah.
On behalf of Masjid Al-Rasool and our board of directors, I would like to welcome these brothers to our community. And I would like to volunteer Ajaga Mudaris. If you have any questions, please get his number and you can call him with any question, Ajaga Mudaris. I hope that that is okay. I volunteered you for this, but I'm sure that you're not going to say no anyway. With that being said, I'm going to tell you about our programs. Other than Ramadan, we are here on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and our main program is on Friday nights that we have speech. But if you would like to read Quran or learn how to read Quran, you can come and join us. I don't know where you live around Los Angeles, if it's possible for you, but at least if you can join on Fridays, that would be good. We have like a similar program on Friday nights. Okay, again, welcome, and we'll be happy to have you for Iftar if you would like to join us. Before we go to Ajaga Mudaris' speech, a few my usual announcement. We need your financial support, my brothers and sisters. Please see Brother Zia Amili or Brother Saeed Razak and pay your monthly donations. As you can see, we also have a construction going on. If you would like to donate towards that construction, please let Brother Zia Amili know. And let's make this construction be completed with your donations, inshallah. As I mentioned, our Ramadan programs will continue through the end of the month of Ramadan, inshallah, every day at 7 p.m. with recitation of Quran and Dua Iftitah before Iftar. Our intention is to finish one Quran at this month, so every day we do one juz. If you would like to be a participant, and you can join us around 7 p.m. here at Masjid Al-Rasool, and you can recite with some other brothers and sisters who are here. The nights of Qadr are here. Tonight is the second night of the Qadr. We will be here until Sunday morning. So our programs for tonight as follows. First, we're going to have Ajaga Mudaris' speech. After a speech, we will have holding Quran. After that, we will take maybe a break, or we will have Dua Joshan Kabir. After that, we'll take a break, and we'll do 100 unit prayers. We'll be here until Suhoor. Suhoor will be provided by Masjid for everyone who stays, and we will finish with morning prayers, inshallah. And then everybody can go home after that. I would like to, I'm not going to bring up any name, but I would like to say a special thank you to all volunteers, all sisters and ladies who are working in the kitchen prior to Iftar to make us the food in the containers, and to those brothers and sisters and ladies who are working during the Iftar to serve everybody. They're sacrificing their own hunger. They're still hungry just like us, but they work and they wait another maybe 45 minutes to eat. So please join me, and for the health of themselves and their families, please say aloud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. All our programs are being recorded these days. We're doing a live stream on YouTube every night, but the program is going to be recorded, and they're going to upload it to YouTube for later on, and Instagram and Telegram and Facebook. So you have three options. If you, for any reason, if you would like to see it and listen to the Ajaga Mudaris speech, you have those opportunities as well. As I've been mentioning, we're located in a residential area, my brothers and sisters. Last night, for the first time, after a long time, I should say, we had another complaint right from our neighbors that we're sharing a wall with. They came forward around 12:10, and they said that there was too much noise, that they were working today, so they were complaining of the noise. So please make sure that you don't go outside, as I mentioned. While you're leaving the masjid, please make sure that you're not laughing, you're not talking loud. The reason that why we are here doesn't give us anything to bother our neighbors in their own houses. What if you would have lived in that house right there across the parking lot? Even though if this is my community and I'm a Muslim, I don't want to be bothered by anyone, right? Regardless. So please keep them in mind when you are leaving. Please don't make any noise. Don't talk loud. Once you get to your car, you can do whatever. But let's make sure that we don't get any more complaints from anyone around us here. And as you can see, Simi Valley is a dominantly a white community. They know what they're doing. We don't want to get any more complaints from the police department or from anybody else. So please help us to keep them away from complaining. With that being said, and thanks to Brother Milad and Irfan Malakuti for their tech support. They are the one who are recording and uploading our speeches and our programs to YouTube, Instagram, and Telegram. Jaga Mudaris started a topic a couple days ago. The topic of the speech is the last testaments of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Nasai Akhire Imam Ali alayhi salam. He's gonna start talking about it tonight. He will continue with that subject towards tonight as well, and it's gonna be in English, inshallah. میریم و از معذر حجت الاسلام و المسلمین آقای مدرس استفاده میکنیم. سر سلامتی ایشان صلوات محمدی پسند ختم فرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر صدق الله العلي العظيم. For the honor of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of the faithful, Ali ibn Abi Talib, recite as-salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. On the night of Qadr, we believe that this is the night of ordainment. There's an entire chapter in Quran, God talks about this special night once a year. There's a couple of important events took place on this night. Number one was the night that the Quran, the final book and revelation of God, revealed on this night. All the holy books, previous in religion, Torah, Injil, Zabur, all of them were revealed in the month of Ramadan. But the night of Qadr is one of the night of Ramadan, which possibly is tonight, or it could be on Monday. It's hidden for a reason. We have in a tradition that one of the reasons this night is not specified and is not known to man is humanity is able to prepare themselves and try to take advantage of multiple nights that is spiritually ready to experience the night of Qadr. Rather than just knowing a night and maybe even unprepared, you experience it. So we have a tradition by our sixth Imam, Imam Sadiq, who said, the first night, which is the 19th, the possible night of Qadr, is the night of ordainment. The second night, which is tonight, the 21st, is the night of approval of the ordainment. And the last, which is the 23rd, which will be on Monday night, is the signature night. And after it's being approved, now is signed. We don't believe in predestination, but we believe there are matters that is out of our control. Which family we're born into, who will come in our path, who we face, the difficulties that we're not responsible for. Death, ultimate death, is something that we cannot control. We cannot escape it. And there is an ordainment in that matter and regard. And when you understand that the night of Qadr is that night, we should not take it lightly. We should do our best to prepare ourselves for this night to be the night of a new beginning. Right? We have a night that will set a course for the rest of the year. If you start this night with connection with God, with asking God to help you to start with a clean slate, forgive you, mercy, then pretty much you have a journey that is supported and guided by God. He's the one in charge. But if we are, God forbid, one of those that we think there is no God and I'm in charge of everything in this life, I'll keep doing whatever I was doing last year. Is a night that is greater than 1,000 months. A night that is greater than 1,000 months. Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alf shahr. And this is, by the way, among Muslims, it's not to say, oh, the Shia believe it's. No, it's a verse of Quran. Is a night greater than 1,000 months. So nobody can actually debate on the value of this night if you and if you and I will believe in the final book of God. But in this night we have to recognize God properly. If our understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and God is proper, and we don't mask God with our own imperfection, because sometimes when we complain to God is because we assume God is like us. Why you did this to me? Sometimes when we're upset, we ask this question, God, what did I do wrong that you punished me this way? Why you're angry with me? Why you're upset with me? That we think that God is like us, has favoritism, has jealousy. It's not that the God has those flaws, it's that we human beings, we experience those emotions, feeling shortcomings, and we think God is like that as well. When we say be grateful to God, some assume, and even some who have some atheistic mentality, they say, what kind of God do you have that wanted to be noticed? What a needy God. Thank me, thank me, thank me. He's God. Why is in need of our thank and our praise? The one who asked this question is because they did not understand the basic of faith, that when you say Allahu Samad lam yalid wa lam yulad, you believe that this God is self-sufficient, needless. How you can say Allahu Samad? God is Samad. As-Samad means is a being, an entity that is not in need of any other thing, is not reliant on anything else, is not dependent on anything else. That's what Samad is. Why he asks us to be grateful? Ask ourselves why. Because if we're not grateful, we become creatures, demonic creatures that no one can deal with us if we're not grateful. How many examples have we heard about people who killed their own parents? And of course, if they are not Muslim, they had psychological issues, but if they turn out to have some faith like us, they were fanatics. The discrimination even in judgment of why people do what they do. So on this night, it's important to ask God to help us know Him the way He's worthy to be known. Right? That all these imperfections that we think He has, Allahu Samad, subhanallah, right? Glory to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you say subhanallah, it means that any imperfection that I can imagine cannot be existing in the essence of God and the attributes of God. That's impossible. And Ali ibn Abi Talib is the man, and this night is the night of his final departure. This was the last day of the life of Ali. A man that his enemies confessed for his justice. A man that I mentioned on Thursday night that he said, if you ask me that the value of power and government that I'm ruling over, the value of that in the eyes of Ali is less than a worn out old sandal, a worn out shoe. Unless that government, unless that power that Ali had, and aqama bihi adla, to establish justice. If that power, that government helped me to withhold justice, has value more than that old shoe, that worn out sandal. But if not, that sandal has more value in the eyes of Ali. And if you look at Ali ibn Abi Talib, the way he described, I ask you to read Nahjul Balagha. I'm more than happy to have my dear brothers who just, converted. But whenever is convert, I ask ourselves that we were born Muslim. When we're planning to convert. When we're planning to convert. Because if you're born Muslim, it was not a decision we make. It was not intellectually, willingly, conscious-based decision. We were born like this. But eventually, when you Islamically consider to become baligh, mature, we have to make that decision. We have to start. When we're planning to convert. Because we know God is just. And when we say God is just, it means that the way He will judge me, it will not be because, oh, you were born Muslim, I'm going to give you a pass. We're not going to question you. It doesn't matter how much you know about your faith. It's only people who just became Muslim. No, justice of God is, you had something, how did you use it? Right? You had a blessing, you had a gift, what did you do with it? Anything. If it's your intellect, if it's your physical health and body, if it's your, wealth and possession of this life, what did you do with it? What did I do with it? That's a question I have to answer myself, my own conscience and morals, and then I have to answer to God. And the night of Qadr is to wake up. I want you to know this word, ihya. Every year we say that. And I'm not preaching it to you, I'm telling it to myself. And I honestly, every year I just feel worse and worse asking this question. When I'm planning to wake up, I say it. But when I'm going to mean it, the sense of being woke, right? And so that person is woke. That's what ihya is. To wake up from ghafla, from forgetfulness, from this repetition, meaningless cycle of life that we do nothing. What's the purpose of life? I'm going to wake up and have a good breakfast. That's the purpose of my life, right? What's the purpose of life? I'm going to make a lot of money. What's the purpose of life? Is a couple of, purchase that I have in mind to do so. That's all it is. And Ali ibn Abi Talib said, if you know God, the first thing you understand is that we are in debt to a level, to an extent that we cannot be grateful regardless of how many times we recite Dua Joshan. In Dua Joshan, we say the name of God 1,000 times, the attributes of God 1,000 times. 100 sections, each of them 10 names, total of 1,000. If let's say 1,000 and 1,000 and thousands of that, what do you think the first step of understanding God is that I will not be able to pay back God. I cannot be truly grateful. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you try to just count the number of the blessing of God, we can't. I give you an example. In average, a human being's heartbeat in their lifespan, an average lifespan. The heartbeat, how many times do you think, how many heartbeat we have in a lifetime? Almost. More than 3 billion. More than 3 billion times we have a heartbeat that we don't even think about it. It's just happening. How many times I said, God, thank you for this heartbeat that I don't do anything about it. I did not, Heart start beating, right? How many times say thank you for that? So I'm behind 3 billion times, more than 3 billion times in that. When it comes to blood vessels of human being, an average, if we laid end to end the blood vessel of human body, it will be enough 4 times to basically cover the equator of Earth 4 times if the blood vessels are laid end to end. One human being, 4 times around the Earth, equator of Earth. Would you say thank you for the blood vessel? This is just the body. I did not even go to nature. I did not even started on so many things that we didn't do anything for. The water that we drink, that a lot of people are actually, there's a lot of charitable organizations who are just, their mission statement is to provide healthy, drinkable water for people. How many times we say thank you for the rain? You know how much money a lot of countries invested to basically purify and filter ocean's water in order to make it usable for farming. Billions of dollars invested in this project. And God said, you know, I have a plan for you. This sun that is, you know, you see the ocean and all that, we're going to make a system, a precise system that we water. How did this thing grow here? Who watered it? Did we say thank you for that? And Allah did not expect us to, you know, to match the number of His blessing. It's just to understand. It's like a mom and dad that they don't expect you to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, over and over every day. When you see them, they expect you to understand that what they did for you, right? If you ask any mom and dad, they will tell you, I don't want you to over and over say thank you. Once in a while you say thank you, that's fine. You know, a lot of them are happy even with a Mother's Day card, right? Father's Day, just a simple postcard, that's it. Because they didn't do it for that. But what hurts them is that if you don't understand what they did, you know, the most hurtful thing is that when you hear somebody's, a child say to their parents, it's your job, you did it because you have to. How hurtful that statement is. And imagine to Allah, to God, to the Creator, people say, you know, it's your job. You created me. You're supposed to provide for me. That ungratefulness of the nature of man, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, be aware of that. So in the night of Qadr, be grateful. That I'm here tonight, right? It requires being grateful. I could be so many places. I could have been, you know, at this moment do so many things, but right now I'm sitting and reflecting on your creation, on your power, on the night that you gave me a special opportunity to pass a road that cannot be achieved unless in 1,000 months. You give me one night, you give me a head start, right? This is the way God did. Give us a head start for 1,000 months. And if I say no, I turn back. As we say in dua, who's going to lose? As Quran over and over said. If man ahsana, if somebody does something good, it's for themselves. If you do any good, charity and non-charity work, it's for your sake. God does not benefit from anything good we do. But because He created us, there is a compassion, as we say, Rahim, Rahman. He is the most compassionate, the most merciful. The more good we become, the more mercy He will have with humanity. And the final testament of Ali ibn Abi Talib, inshallah, I try to mention a few points tonight, and then we do the night of, inshallah, connection and obedience with God. Is that Ali ibn Abi Talib in the letter number 47 in Nahj al-Balagha, and please read Nahj al-Balagha. And the letter number 47 is less than a page. It's not even a page, the entire letter. It's a letter he wrote to his sons, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, after the strike, after he was injured. And in that letter, he started with, number one, we mentioned 4 of them last night. So number 1, piety, God consciousness. Make sure that everything you do acquires God consciousness. It makes you a better human being in a sense of being connected with God. When I say taqwa makes us humble. You know, anything, because it's very difficult, there's so many different descriptions of taqwa, right? What is taqwa? Piety, God consciousness, God fearing. You know, all these different words, but ultimately taqwa is about embracing good, strengthening the qualities that there are God-like qualities. So when we say the names of God tonight in the dua, Josh and Kabir, read the meaning of them. For example, we said, Ya Nasir, oh, you are the one that you support, you help people, you're the helper. Taqwa means you try to be the Nasir yourself. Learn from God and help. Right? That's what the quality is. Taqwa is to have all of them, not just the one we think it is. It is to have all the qualities that is considered to be a strength for the soul. So a person who's pious is not only the one who prays and fasts, but also the one who cares for the poor. Is the one who forgives and conceals people's error, and is the same person that you will hear their roar, their anger if they see oppression. They're not very simple personality people. The one who have taqwa, they're not simple-minded, uncomplex creature. No, a person who have piety, they're very complex. They know when to raise their voice and when to stay quiet. They have that wisdom. Because when we talk about piety, we think, oh, it's the one who's sitting in a corner. We don't hurt anyone. We don't touch anyone. You know, that's the being. It's literally the benefit of a rock. That's what a pious person in our mind is. A rock is in a corner. You don't pick them up. They're going to be there. They don't have benefit or harm for people. That's not a pious person. A pious person is the one that does not cause any harm to anyone. But if it is a need for it, if there is injustice, you will not see them quiet. You will not see that they will be, agree with the sense of compliance to the wrong, to the falsehood. Oh, I'm going to listen to whatever the higher power tell me. So taqwa, number one. Number two, dunya. Don't be attached to dunya. Don't be obsessed with dunya. And Imam Ali in this letter said, if dunya even come after you, make sure don't let the dunya take the charge. Always keep in mind that all the livelihood, all the possession, they have a purpose to be used for. And if you lose anything for dunya, don't regret anything that you lost. That's the word of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Your regret should not be about dunya. Oh, that car, that accident, or, that house, or that, that watch, whatever it is. Dunya, be aware of the deceiving nature of this life, this dunya, the materialistic realm of existence. The third one is said, نَظْمِ أَمْرِكُمْ, to put your affairs in order, to have nazm, to have order in life, to place everything in the right place. Pray when you have to, talk to your family when you have to, study when you have to, work when you have to, rest when you have to. Order. Don't mix up. Don't mix up. Understand that your body needs to rest and your body needs nutrition from this life, from the food and all the necessary sources of nutrition, and then your soul also needs nutrition. Make sure balance it. Have this effort, all these affairs in order. That was number 3. And number 4, that last night I mentioned, reconciliation. وَصَلَاحِ ذَاتِ الْبَيْنِ, to make peace between people. If you have a broken relationship, fix it. If you see somebody else has one, try to connect people. Don't cause more damage and hatred. As Quran said, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ أَن يُوقِعَ بَيْنَكُمُ الْعَدَاوَةَ وَالْبَغْضَاءَ. Shaitan's plan is to cause hatred. When you see this country is divided, that's not the desire of humanity and desire of God. The purpose is to bring people together. When Islam came to Arabian Peninsula, it brought people together. The divided tribes became brothers. Understand that? That was the power of faith. If today you see in the name of religion the division happen, enmity and animosity is being promoted, that's not the message of Prophet. Prophet's message was to stand for haqq and truth, to defend the one that their right is being undermined, the underprivileged, the oppressed. But your purpose is to bring people together. And this togetherness, again, people say, oh, what about that? What about that? Those examples that if there was a battle that Prophet was involved, read about it. History is available. Don't take my word for it. Take the word of history. What was the reason? What injustice was done that Prophet stood for something? Islam does not teach us to be bystanders and see the problem and say, oh, it's not our problem. They have to resolve it. It's not my, oh, for the sake of, let's bring people together, I'm going to watch somebody hurting someone. No, I'm not going to accept that. But if none of that is involved, the theme of this religion is unity. The purpose of God's divine message is to bring people together. Reconciliation. What is the number 5? These are the new one from tonight. Number 5, Imam said, Kuna lil madhlumi awna wa lil zalimi khasma. My sons, Hassan and Hussein, for the oppressor, for the tyrants, be a hostile enemy. Khasma. Don't get along with tyrants. Don't get along with oppressors. And if only this advice of Ali ibn Abi Talib was followed, today we would have seen what was the difference. If the Muslim Ummah, if humanity would have followed only this command. And then Imam alayhi salam said, if the day you give up on this, the day you accept the command and order of anyone, even oppressors, that's the day that tyrants will take over and they will be ruling over you. And that's what happened. When Imam Ali was killed, Imam Hassan was forced to sign a peace treaty with Muawiyah. Muawiyah appointed a governor in Kufa. In Kufa, his governor was a man called Ziyad ibn Abi, a sociopath. History talks about that. Again, you have to read about these individuals. A psychopath. So you heard the story of Malik al-Ashtar, right? Ali ibn Abi Talib's known commander. A man that when he was, trash was hurled toward him, attacked him with trash, he went to the mosque and prayed for the attackers. A man that we went to Masjid and said, he was the commander of the faithful. He's a special army leader. If he wants, he can come and literally destroy you and bring an end to your life. A group of thugs were doing this. And when he went to the masjid to apologize to Malik al-Ashtar, Malik al-Ashtar said, don't worry, I already forgave you. But I know your sins has, there's a mistake you make that has an impact on me, that I forgave you. But your sins hurts you. When you commit a sin, there is a harm to the soul. And I'm here to pray for you because Prophet said, if somebody pray 2 units of prayers and after that they make a dua, Allah will listen to that dua, will grant that dua. So I just prayed to pray for you that Allah forgive you. This is Malik al-Ashtar. This is the student of Ali ibn Abi Talib who listened to this advice, this command. And Ziyad ibn Abi, his teacher is Muawiyah. So we have in Kufa, he was giving a lecture in a masjid. And somehow a seed, a date, a date seed was thrown at him, hurled at him. Could have been by a child. We don't know who did it. So the moment he felt that somebody disrespected him, humiliated him, dishonored him, he stopped. Said, who did this? Who dared to attack the governor of Kufa, the representative of Muawiyah? Who dared to touch me? Nobody answered. He said, sealed all the doors. The doors of masjid were sealed. I'm not talking about this masjid, by the way. They sealed all the doors. The soldiers sealed all the doors. And he said, who did it? Still nobody spoke up. He said, okay, I think it came from this area. The vicinity, it was this area, right? How many people are there? Around 60, 70 people in this area, right? He made an order, a command to his soldiers to gouge the eyes of all these people. to set an example, who dared to throw a seed toward me. And they did. And this is not just one small example. What Bani Umayyah did, and after them Bani Abbas, the history of these sadistic, demonic, animalistic behavior, the barbaric practices, was the time that we distanced from the teaching of Quran and the Prophet and his family. Ali alayhi salam said, don't let these people come into power. If you can, don't be a supporter for them. That's number 5. For oppressor, be a thorn in their eye. Don't let them do their oppression comfortably. Speak up. Resist. Hashtag resist, right? Resist. And when it comes to the oppressed, to the one who's the right is being stripped away from them, support them. Don't just say, I feel bad for you, you know. We feel bad for the orphans, we feel bad for those. Auna, support them any way you can. If you don't have the money, be the volunteer. If you don't have the money, at least volunteer. Donate your time, donate your talent, donate your skills. I'm a doctor, let's say, okay, I don't have the money, but I can help people. I can visit, free. Some individual who are in need, some madloom. I'm an architect, I can design something for the people who are underprivileged. I don't have the money, but I have other skills and talents. If I'm not a teacher, if I'm not an engineer, if I'm not a doctor or any of that, I'm a human being. The least I can do is talk to them, listen to them. That's the least I can do. That's number 5. Number 6, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam said, Allah fil aitam. By the grace of God, be concerned about orphans. There's a list of some actions. Be concerned about orphans. Allah in Arabic language is when they want to bring your attention to an issue. To be concerned about these matters. The first one on the list of Ali ibn Abi Talib are orphans. Second one, then Imam alayhi salam said about neighbors. Speaking of our neighbors, right? It doesn't matter if they're in the majority of Simi Valley or I don't know what doesn't matter what demographic they're from. They're Muslim, Christian, atheist, Buddhist, Hindu, Jews, doesn't matter. Black, white, Latinos, whatever it is. Neighbor is a neighbor. It means that you don't cause any harm to them, and even if they bothered you, you forgive. That's the right of neighbor. Repeat again, the right of neighbor is number 1, you don't cause any problem for them. And if they cause any harm to you, you forgive. That's a unique, that's a exemplary neighbor. Imam Hassan alayhi salam, we have that his neighbor was a non-Muslim. And one day he came to Imam Hassan's house for a reason. And he saw that from his house there is a leak that caused a very bad odor in the house of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. And he said, why you didn't tell me? That this is my fault, this is coming from my house. And Imam Hassan said, I heard from my grandfather Prophet that a good neighbor should forgive. Should, if it's possible to deal with it and, tolerate, do it. That's the man. And that's an example of all the prophets of God, all of the messengers of God, and all of the Ahlul Bayt. Neighbor's right is not, it's my property, I do whatever I want to. You do your best to don't cause any problem for others. If somebody is unreasonable, if they try to stop you from your haqq and right, you can say, okay, this is my right. But sometimes it's not about right, it's about that awareness of what our action could cause to other people. It is my right, I can do it, but what it will do to other people. To be concerned. That's neighbor's right. And I wish Muslim, we have to be, inshallah, if there was a medal given to the best neighbor in any community, I wish we could be the winners of that medal, that trophy. You know, we cause problem for them, but they don't cause any problem for us. That should be the statement. That's the advice of Ali ibn Abi Talib, the last testament in his final moment. Your neighbors. And please don't discriminate among your neighbors. Oh, because this neighbor is immigrant or this neighbor is this or that, I'm going to treat them differently. Any neighbor has a right, regardless of their religion, skin color, nationality, language, education, money, the type of car they drive, none of it matters. And I finish with one more. Imam said a list: orphans, neighbors, then come to some of the principles, what branches of our faith. Salat, prayers. Be aware of your prayers. Don't neglect your prayers. When it comes to Hajj, pilgrimage of the house of God, don't leave the house of God. And then comes to one that is, inshallah, I conclude with that. Imam alayhi salam said, "Alaykum bit-tawasul wat-tabadhul wa iyyakum min at-tabadur wat-taqatu." I advise you to have tawasul, to connect with each other, to interact with each other, to care for each other. What tawasul? Wasl is opposite of qat. Connect, disconnect. So connect to each other. It means care for each other. Support each other. What tawasul? And what tabadhul? And be generous with each other. Oh, you park here, please. Oh, I'm sorry, I block you. I'm going to move my car. This is tawasul tabadhul. This is forgiveness. Oh, I'm sorry, I block you. Don't worry. It's fine. This is forgiveness. Not, oh, you learned nothing? You don't know civility? Who gave you a driver license? That is one way of dealing with the problem. And we were fasting the entire day. We were practicing taqwa, piety the entire day, and we cannot forgive some small mistake of the one who blocked our way. We cannot forgive that. And we expect God on the night of Qadr to forgive all the sins. You know, God, I made around 2,000 ghaiba and backbiting, right? Please forgive me. I will not forgive that guy who blocked me, but you forgive the 1,000. You know, probably I disrespected, I humiliated someone. You forgive me. And that's the shocking part. And we're okay with it too. We don't see even the irony in it. That we expect mercy, a lot of mercy from God. But we don't want to do a bit of mercy. If we fast and we become more arrogant, I'm asking you, do you think that fast make us closer to Allah? I'm asking you. The purpose of fasting was to care for the needy, to experience what they're going through, to care for them, to suffer and experience the suffering of others. And on the top of, piety and all the others. If at the end of the day, at the end of Ramadan, at the middle of the Ramadan, if my fasting, the only thing provided for me was making me more arrogant that I am the God favorite creation. And everybody else have to bow down in front of me because the sir or the missus or the miss, they finished the fasting, right? I'm asking you, what kind of closeness to God that created? Does that create any closeness to God? Does it? Did Prophet of God was like that? Did Imam Ali, Malik, Ashtar, Miqdad, Abada, the people, we heard their stories over and over and over, were like that? That we lose our cool, we lose our control over small things. And Ali ibn Abi Talib said, be careful, don't let shaitan take advantage. Don't let shaitan take over, and over a small thing create division and hatred. Wa iyyaka, and stay away from tabadur. Tabadur is to turn your back to each other, to walk away from each other. Be careful, this is a disease. Oh, he or she did this, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to, cut off, disconnect. وَالتَّقَاطُعَ. قَطْع is when you break off. That should not be your practice. Oh, my mom said something, I'm not going to talk to her anymore. My wife said, I'm not going to talk to her. Just not talk to people, turning away from them, not forgiving them, is the warning of Ali ibn Abi Talib that this is, if you want to follow Ali ibn Abi Talib, this is it. This is it. And if we're not doing it, I promise you, we're not doing a favor to ourselves, to our community, and we're not serving God or any divine source. We're serving our own ego. I finish with this is my last sentence. أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَى. On the night of Qadr, ask Allah to help us worship Him, not that mini idol of our own ego and desires that we made and we worship. As long as I feel good, I don't care what I say. As long as my desires, my ego is intact, I'm perfectly fine with whatever mess I'm going to cause. This is, I'm happy. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to worship Him, not the ego, not the desires. To care for others. These are the signs if you are servants of God, if we have servitude or not. May Allah inshallah give us that tawfiq on the night of Qadr, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the honor of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, help us to benefit from the month of Ramadan, benefit from any act of worship, who help us grow spiritually, mentally, intellectually, that all that it becomes a way for us to become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and ultimate from that path and that proximity and that closeness, we can achieve happiness, we can achieve joy. Look at Muawiyah's story, look at Yazid's story. He was happy or Ali was happy? Who said, by the Lord of Kaaba, I have succeeded when he was struck down? If you want joy, that's the way. If you want dunya, the end of dunya is, doing some extreme moment of joy, temporary moment of joy. You see drugs, we see alcohol, we see all these temporary, joys of dunya. But they're not fulfilling on the long term. Short term, yes. People are, getting high and all that. But in the long term, they're not long lasting. But connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you to reach the highest. Doesn't make you high. It help you to reach the highest. Which Ali means, what is the meaning of Ali? It's one of the names of God. The Most High. The Most High. And the one where with Ali, they're grasping on the highness of Ali to get closer, to elevate. And the one who are choosing enemies of Ali, they're going to the lowest of the low. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tonight is the night of Shahada. We inshallah will say Musibah, Azadari, and inshallah we will have a break, and then we do Quran holding over our head. So we do Quran over our head, and then we do Azadari, inshallah. On the night of the 21st, there is the narration that Imam Ali alayhi salam spent most of his time advising people to care for the orphans, advising them to how to treat the attacker, warning them to don't torture him, warning them to don't. This is beautiful. At the end of this letter 47, Imam says to his family, said, "O children of Abdul Muttalib, if I died from this injury, if I was killed by this attacker, I warn you to don't go out among the community and look for perpetrators. He is the killer, punish him. That's it. I don't want you to see you are looking for revenge. I don't want you to kill any innocent person. One person responsible and that's it." He's leaving this dunya. And again, imagine if I'm dying, the last thing I care is what you do with people. But for him, at the even last moment, when he was alive, he cared for the health and well-being of others. At the last moment, he also cared for the same thing. Let's say to salam to the martyr and the shaheed of tonight. May Allah help us to be worthy to visit his ziyarah in Najaf soon and inshallah be recipient of shafa'ah, mediation and intercession of Ali ibn Abi Talib, inshallah. Assalamu alayka ya Abul Hasan, ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, ya Ali ibn Abi Talib, ya Hujjat Allah ala khalqih, يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا يا وجيها عند الله شب شهادت امیر المؤمنین. من مقتل رو فقط میخوانم که چه نقل کردن در مورد شهادت امیر المؤمنین علی علیه السلام. لما كانت ليلة 21 وأظلم الليل وهي ليلة الثانية من الكائنة جمع أبي أولاده وأهل بيته وودعهم. شب 21 محمد ابن حنفیه پسر آقا نقل میکند که در اون شب حضرت اهل بیت و فرزندانش رو جمع کرد. ثم عرضنا عليه المأكول والمشروب فأبى أن يشرب فنظر لا إلى شفتيه وهما يختلجان بذكر الله تعالى. غذا و آب آوردن مقابل امیر المؤمنین، لب به چیزی نزد، اما دیدیم لبهای امیر المؤمنین تکان میخورد، به ذکر خدا مشغول است، مشغول ذکر و مناجات است. و جعل جبینه یرشح عرقا وهو یمسحه بیده. پیشانی مبارک عرق می کرد، با دست عرقها رو از پیشانی کنار زد. قلت یا ابت اراک تمسح جبینک فقال يا بني إني سمعت جدك رسول الله يقول إن المؤمن إذا نزل به الموت ودنت وفاته عرق جبينه. ثم قال يا أبا عبد الله ويا عون. ثم نادى أولاده كلهم بأسمائهم صغيرا وكبيرا. فرزندان رو صدا زد، کوچک و بزرگ جمع شدن کنار امیر المؤمنین. فقال له يا بني إني رأيت جدك رسول الله في منامي قبل هذه الليلة فشكوت إليه ما أنا فيه من التذلل والأذى من هذه الأمة. رو کرد به امام مجتبی حسن جان، دیشب در عالم خواب جدتون رسول الله رو دیدم، از دست این امت به رسول الله شکایت کردم از آزار و اذیت. فقلت اللهم ابدلهم بی شرا مني وابدلني بهم خيرا منهم. وقد مضت الثلاث يا أبا محمد أوصيك ويا أبا عبد الله خيرا فأنتما مني وأنا منكما. حسن و حسین شما رو دعوت میکنم به این که راه خیر پیش بگیرید، همانا من علی از شما هستم و شما از منید. ثم قال یا ابا محمد و یا ابا عبد الله كأني بكما وقد خرج عليكما من بعد الفتن من ها هنا
دانا فاصبر حتى يحكم الله وهو خير الحاكمين. حسنم حسینم بعد از من فتنه ها و مصیبت هایی بر راه شما خواهد آمد، پس در راه خدا صبر کنید که همانا خداوند بهترین حاکمین و قضاوت کنندگان است. قال یا ابا عبدالله انت شهید هذه الامه فعليك بتقوى الله والصبر على بلائه. حسین جان تو شهید اون امتی، دعوت میکنم تقوای الهی و صبر پیش کنی. ثم اغمی و آلی و عمی علیه الساعه. دیدن امیر المؤمنین ساعتی بیهوش شد، لحظاتی بعد به هوش آمد، صداش بلند شد هذا رسول الله و صلی الله علیه و آله و عمی حمزه و اخی جعفر و اصحاب رسول الله. همانا رسول الله رو میبینم، امم حمزه سید الشهدا، عمویم همین برادرم جعفر طیار در مقابلم صف کشیدن و کلهم یقولون عجل قدومک علینا فانا الیک مشتاقون. صدا میزنن علی جان عجله کن، ما منتظرت هستیم، مشتاق قدمهای تو هستیم. یا رسول الله چه کردن امتت با اهل بیتت؟ فاطمه در مدینه به نحوی، برادر و پسر احمد علی رو به نحوی، او زمانی که وصیت‌های آخر رو کرد داریم وقتی بدن رو آوردن کشان تا دم خانه، رو کرد به فرزندانش بگذارید این چند قدم رو خودم برم. آقا جان شما زخم سر اجازه نمیده، بگذارید ما زیر پهلوها رو بگیریم. صدا زد بالله نمیخوام دخترانم علی رو این چنین ببینن، مبادا زینب و ام کلثوم از دیدن من ناراحت شوند. یا علی اینقدر غم و غصه فرزندانت رو خوردی، نیمه های شب بدن مظلوم علی رو تشییع کردن، مانند مظلومیت همسرش فاطمه. فقط عده‌ای از اصحاب و یاران و نزدیکان بودند بدن علی رو تشییع کردن، اما جانها بسوزه برا قربت حسن. وقتی که بدن حسن مجتبی رو بردن برادر، امام حسین فرمود من 70 تیر از بدن حسن کشیدم، اما جانا باز از قریبی حسین. لا یوم که یوم که یا ابا عبدالله، او زمانی که از با صورت روی زمین افتاد، وقتی که لحظات آخر عمره با عبدالله الحسین، وقتی که صدا زد عمر ابن سعد، تشییع جنازه کردن علی رو، حسن رو بازم تشییع جنازه کردن، اما تشییع جنازه حسین چطور بود؟ دستور دادن به اسبای تازه نفس نعل تازه زدن، دستور داد بر بدن حسین چنان بتازید که دختر و خواهر و همسر و فامیلش حسین رو نشناسد. وقتی که زینب آمد بالای زرعی بدن، صداش بلند شد و علیا و محمدا هذا حسین که مرمل بالدماء مقطع الاعضاء. خدایا حسین رو من چگونه بشناسم؟ آیا این بدن قطعه برادر منه؟ این کشته فتاده به همون حسین توست، این زیل دست و باز زده در خون حسین توست. و علی لعنت الله علی القوم الظالمین. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. Inshallah, open the Quran in front of you, looking at the lines of Quran, but the greatness of this book, by the sacredness and the holiness of this book, we ask Allah on this night of the revelation of this book. This is the night that this book was revealed. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to listen to our prayers and du'as and supplication. Let's inshallah start our dua with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Astaghfirullah means, Ya Allah, I seek forgiveness and I seek repentance from you. Wa atubu ilayh, and I'm returning to you. Let's inshallah say this zikr a few times together. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Astaghfirullah Rabbi. Everyone, astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad وعجل فرجهم. Dua inshallah is in front of you. You can read the meaning of this dua. As I mentioned, it is about asking Allah by this sacred book and His holy book, inshallah, to answer our prayers and dua. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. اللهم بحق هذا القرآن وبحق من أرسلته به وبحق كل مؤمن مدحته فيه وبحقك عليهم فلا أحد أعرف بحقك منك. Let's inshallah place the Quran over. اللهم إني أسألك بكتابك المنزل وما فيه وفيه اسمك الأكبر وأسماؤك الحسنى وما يخاف ويرجى أن تجعلني من عتقائك من النار. اللهم بحق هذا القرآن وبحق من أرسلته به وبحق كل مؤمن مدحته فيه وبحقك عليهم فلا أحد أعرف بحقك منك. بك يا الله 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 بك يا خدایا با آبروی پیامبر رحمتت همه ما مسلم حقیقی در دنیا و آخرت قرار بده. با آبروی پیامبر رحمت، پیامبر اعظم، اتحاد و برادری بین مؤمنین و مسلمین روزافزون بگردان. دشمنان مسلمین در هر لباسی هستند خوار و ذلیل بگردان. الهی به محمد به محمد به محمد به محمد به محمد الهی به محمد به محمد به محمد به محمد. Ya Allah, by the honor of Ali ibn Abi Talib and the night of the Shahada of Ali ibn Abi Talib, help us to be the one who establish prayers. Help us to be the one who care for the orphans and needy. By the honor of Ali ibn Abi Talib, make this night the night of our salvation, the night of our forgiveness. 10 times we call the martyr, the shaheed of tonight, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Ilahi ba'aliyan, 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 ba'ali. Ilahi ba'aliyan. بعليا بعليا بعلي. خدایا با آبروی فاطمه زهرا بانوان ما، بالاخص بانوان محجبه ما، از بلایا و حمله ها حفظ بفرما. با آبروی فاطمه زهرا همه ما اهل عفت و پاک دامنی، چشم پاکی به همه ما عنایت بفرما. با آبروی فاطمه زهرا خانواده های ما، ازدواج های ما پایدار، ازدواج هایی که بر اساس رضای خودت باشد قرار بده. الهی به فاطمت به فاطمت به فاطمت به فاطمت به فاطمه الهی به فاطمت به فاطمت به فاطمت. Ya Allah, by the honor of Imam al-Hassan, Imam whose example of generosity, help us to be generous in the matter of charity, in the matter of helping and caring for others. By the honor of Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam, help us to practice our faith, to stand by the truth, to defend the truth regardless of what is the cost. Ya Allah, we intermediate, we choose him as our intermediate, as a mediator and as a shafi between you and between us because of his status. He's one of the master of the youth of paradise. 10 times we called you by the name of Hassan alayhi salam. Ya Allah, ilahi bil Hassan, bil Hassan, bil Hassan, bil Hassan, ilahi bil Hassan, bil Hassan, bil Hassan. خدایا با آبروی ابا عبدالله الحسین، با آبروی سید الشهدا، مریضان ما، مریضداران، حاجتمندان، این دست هایی که به درگاهت بلند است امشب دست خالی بر مگردان. با آبروی سید الشهدا لحظی و آنی بین ما و پیغمبر و آل پیغمبر، بالاخص حسین فاطمه جدایی مینداز. ما رو لایق زیارت کربلای معلا قرار بده. خدایا خداوندا شفیع ما روز قیامت، روز محشر، حسین و اولاد و ذریه حسین قرار بده. الهی بالحسین 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 بالحسين إلهي بالحسين 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 إلهي بعلي بن الحسين بعلي بن الحسين بعلي بن الحسين بعلي بن الحسين إلهي بعلي بن الحسين بعلي بن الحسين بعلي بن الحسين. Ya Allah, by the honor of Imam Sajjad, we have one of the du'as of Imam Sajjad was, Ya Allah, help me to enjoy my prayer, enjoy my supplication. Ya Allah, in this night of Qadr, help me to enjoy my prayer, to have presence of heart in my prayer. By the honor of Imam Muhammad al-Baqir, help us to acquire knowledge, seek knowledge, and free us from the darkness of ignorance and jahl. Let's call the Imam al-Baqir 10 times. Ilahi bi Muhammad ibn Ali, bi Muhammad ibn Ali, بمحمد بن علي بمحمد بن علي إلهي بمحمد بن علي بمحمد بن علي بمحمد بن علي خدایا بابروی امام صادق ما رو شیعه حقیقی اهل بیت پیامبر قرار بده. بابروی امام صادق ما رو اهل نماز اول وقت قرار بده. بابروی امام صادق بی نمازی و تارک و صلاتی و ساهل و کاهل در نماز در عاقبت ما قرار بده. خدایا بابروی امام صادق جوانهای ما در کسب تحصیل علم دین در موفقیت دنیا و آخرت یاری بفرما. الهی بجعفر ابن محمد بجعفر ابن محمد بجعفر ابن محمد بجعفر ابن محمد الهی بجعفر ابن محمد بجعفر ابن محمد بجعفر ابن محمد. Ya Allah, by the honor of Musa ibn Ja'far, the one who spent 14 years in jail and captivity, any innocent prisoner, any innocent captive, by the honor of Musa ibn Ja'far, release him. Ya Allah, by the honor of Musa ibn Ja'far alayhi salam, help us and give us the tawfiq to be the supporter for the oppressed, to stand for justice, to promote justice. And if there is an injustice in our own action in this night of Qadr, help us to rectify, help us to make up for what we missed. And Ya Allah, by this night of Qadr, grant us forgiveness, grant us mercy. By the honor of Musa ibn Ja'far, we call you 10 times. Ilahi bi Musa ibn Ja'far, bi Musa ibn Ja'far, bi Musa ibn Ja'far, bi Musa ibn Ja'far. Ilahi bi Musa ibn Ja'far, بموسى بن جعفر بموسى بن جعفر. خدایا بابروی علی ابن موسی الرضا از گناهان ما، از خطاهای ما راضی و در این شب رحمت و مغفرت ما رو مورد بخشش قرار بده. خدایا این شب تقدیر، شب مقدرات، شبی که از 1000 ماه بالاتر است، پروردگارا قلم عفوت بر جرائم اعمال ما درکش. بابروی علی ابن موسی رضا رحمت و عطوفت و مهربانی نسبت به تمام انسان ها، نسبت به تمام مخلوقات سرلوحه و سرمشق زندگی ما قرار بده. الهی به علی ابن موسی، به علی ابن موسی، به علی ابن موسی، به علی ابن موسی، الهی به علی ابن موسی، به علی ابن موسی، به علی ابن موسی. Ya Allah, by the honor of the youngest Imam, our ninth Imam, Imam Jawad, help us to be your servant, your obedient in our youth. Help us to be respectful, to be kind to our parents. By the honor of Imam Jawad alayhi salam, help us to be grateful for the blessings, for the bounties that you showered us with. By the honor of Imam Jawad alayhi salam, protect us from the punishment of this life and hereafter. We 10 times call the Imam Jawad alayhi salam. Ilahi bi Muhammad ibn Ali, bi Muhammad ibn Ali, bi Muhammad ibn Ali. Ilahi bi Muhammad ibn Ali, bi Muhammad بمحمد بن علي، بمحمد بن علي. خدایا بابروی امام هادی ما رو به صراط مستقیم هدایت بفرما. انحراف، گمراهی اگر مرتکب شدیم خدایا ما را از انحرافات، از زیغ قلب پروردگارا محافظت و هدایت بفرما. بابروی امام هادی حج بیت الله الحرام از رزق و روزی حلال به همه ما عنایت بگردان. 10 مرتبه الهی به علی ابن محمد، به علی ابن محمد، به علی ابن محمد، به علی ابن محمد. الهی به علی ابن محمد، به علی ابن محمد، به علی ابن محمد. خدایا بابروی امام عسکری اموات ما، گذشتگان ما، پدران و مادرانی که بین ما نیستند خدایا روحشان در این شب قدر غریق رحمت و مغفرت بگردان. مرگ راحت و عاقبت به خیری هر زمانی بعد از عمر با برکت به ما عنایت بگردان. خدایا خداوندان نیازمندان قناعت عنایت بفرما. به ثروتمندان و اغنیای ما تقوا و بخشش و انفاق عنایت بگردان. خدایا با آبروی پدر امام زمان ما رو در مسیر پیروی از قرآن، مکتب پیامبر، مکتب امام زمان که مکتب قرآن و پیامبر است، پروردگارا ما رو ثابت قدم قرار بده. الهی بالحسن ابن علی، بالحسن ابن علی، بالحسن ابن علي، بالحسن ابن علي. الهي بالحسن ابن علي، بالحسن ابن علي، بالحسن ابن علي. Everybody stand up by the respect of the living Imam, the Imam of our time. This is the connection between earth and heaven. This is the wasita between mankind and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, by the honor of the Imam of our time and this night of Qadr, hasten in the return of Imam of our time. خدایا با آبروی امام زمان ما به حق خودش قسمت میدهیم در فرجش تعجیل بفرما. شب قدر بزرگترین حاجت ما این است مظلومین جهان اتفاق و برادری پایان دشمنی و تفرقه و انسانهای بیگناهی که مظلومن بزرگترین دعای ما این است با آمدن امام زمان ما حکومت عدل جهانی برقرار شود خدایا اللهم عجل ولیک الفرج اللهم عجل ولیک الفرج اللهم عجل وليك الفرج. Let's call the Imam one more time, everyone. إلهي بالحجة 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 إلهي بالحجة 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 اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين الله. They asked Prophet, what is the best dua to make the night of Qadr? The Prophet said, afiyah, health and well-being. The health and well-being of this life and hereafter, to be safe, to be healthy in any way, physically, spiritually. So let's inshallah repeat this dua. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-afwa wal-afiyata wal-mu'afata في الدنيا والآخرة. Meaning clear, Ya Allah, we ask you for forgiveness, we ask you for the health and well-being of the matter of this life and hereafter. Allahumma inni as'aluka al-afwa wal-afiyata wal-mu'afata في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة في الدنيا والآخرة. Inshallah, we will have a 5 minutes to 10 minutes break. We will do a short Azadari and then Dua Joshan, inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.